What's going on, everybody? I'm Jeremy. You guys are watching Inside the Coils. Super exciting episode tonight. We have the one and only Charlie from Grey Rider Reptiles and ShedTesting.com. Guys have been living under a rock. This man's been taking the shed testing industry by storm, helping out breeders like myself, and if you're watching this, probably like you as well, figure out what the hell's going on with their stuff, and also saving us a bunch of time, which we all know time is money. So anyway, we got Charlie on here. We're going to cover a little bit about what he's got going on breeding-wise, but we are going to be diving deep tonight into everything he's got going on shed testing-wise. New tests he's got coming up. He might have gotten a new lab by chance. You know, we'll be talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. But I was super excited about tonight, guys, because if you guys didn't know, I'm going to say a couple months ago, Charlie started off a text with, "I've got bad news, bro." And whenever Charlie sends a message like that, you know it's just bad. And then this last batch, he gave me a lot of good news. Tonight, at some point during the live, you guys are going to get to see either a very happy Jeremy or a sad Jeremy, because we're going to be doing some live test results on the chocolate DG Hypo Clown Clutch. So I was super excited to see how we did make out on that clutch. Not gonna lie, I am nervous. I'm not very good at surprises, and I honestly have no idea what the results are. This is complete first time for me. You guys are gonna get to find out as I find out. Hopefully, my brother Chris here at S Reptilia stays on the live tonight, because he's got to pick out which one of these females he wants to keep, since this was a split pairing between myself and him. So Chris is going to be taking one of the females, but depending on how they test out, that kind of depends on, which one he wants. By the way, let's go ahead. We'll bring Charlie out. We'll go through, say hi to everybody, run one of the channel sponsors. Guys know how all of it goes. You know the drill. Charlie, what's up, brother?
What's going on? How you doing, man?
Dude, this week, it was nice. I didn't have anything going on this week for a change. I honestly was looking for stuff to do. I did have Carpet Fest yesterday. That was my big thing for the weekend, was Carpet Fest. Got to hang out with a bunch of awesome carpet python breeders and keepers. I got to meet one of my channel members as well, Chris G, over at Black Snow Reptile. So that was really cool. But yeah, it was just really laid back. It was kind of cool hanging out. I don't know a whole lot of the carpet community, so there's a lot of big names there that I've never gotten to talk to, that I finally did get to talk to. But it also was a humbling experience, because sometimes, and this sounds cocky, sometimes you get on being on here and people coming up to you at shows. "Oh, I watched the it makes you feel like a semi big fish in a pond. But placing myself into that party, it was very humbling, because it's okay, reality check. There's people way bigger than what you are out there.
Where was that?
It was over at Eric Burke's place, Eastern PA, kind of I'm gonna say Philly suburbs type of area. I'm trying to think of, I forget the exact area, but it's out around Philly area, suburbs. But really nice get together. I mean, kind of the same deal as what we do here. Everybody brings a dish and just hang out and have a good time. So it was really cool, very relaxing. I just kind of didn't. It was odd to not be feeling like I was at a show or being pushed to do something.
How do you get your carpets out of their enclosures? Mine, unless it's at night and it's sleeping and I could grab it, it just hangs on to everything. I feel like I'm going to have to rip it off. I want to take it out. I want to take it out more, but every time I do it, it's just I feel like I'm just chasing the thing around. I'm trying. He doesn't bite me or anything, or she doesn't bite me or anything, but it's just always she's grabbing onto everything, and I don't want to pull.
What's she grabbing a hold of? Is it something where you can pull out with her?
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
I mean, because with my stuff, because for the hatchlings, it's very simple stuff. It's that rigid construction netting. Well, if they wrap a tail around it, I'll just pull the netting out with them.
Yeah, no, I have like a whole enclosure set up because I only have one, so it's like nice and decorative.
Okay.
Plants and crap all over and branches, and it just I could pull out that there's like one main like fake tree thing with branches coming off it. I could probably just pull that whole thing out.
Oh, dude, that'd be a bit. All right, here. That's a bigger pain in the ass, which you probably want to deal with. Like what I do for Xena up there, because he's the more jerkish out of all of them. If you can get them partway out and make them have to crawl back in, so to speak, they have to let go of whatever they're holding on to make up that distance, so that way their front end can get back in.
Right.
And that's kind of what I do with him. I make him have to let go of his perches. It's also about one of the only ways to get him out is if you let him kind of come out on his own.
Yeah, I do that, and then she wraps her head around front of the body around something, and it's I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm just stressing this thing out, so I stop after a little while because I don't want to mess with it too much. But usually I'll get it out at night, like if she's.
Oh, dude, you're brave getting them out at night. I mean, some like my yearlings, I'll do it, but the adults, man, no way in hell. They flip a switch at night, man.
Yeah, it's whenever she's like calm. So maybe the lights usually are still on, so she'll be hiding under her tree or something instead of branching on and everything, and then I can just grab her with the hook, scoop her completely out. But,
okay.
She's awesome, though, man. I love it,
dude. They are so freaking addictive, so addictive.
Yeah.
Like ball pythons are one thing, but carpet pythons are just. And like I tell everybody that gets one, it's like it's like just wait. Like once you start to experience the full interaction with them, it's done. Like you're gonna get more.
Dude, I bought this monitor, this tree monitor at the Dallas show. That thing is awesome and addicting. I could see myself filling a whole room with them.
What kind of tree monitor?
It's a Cordensis. It's the Biak tree monitor.
Okay.
So it's like a turquoise kind of color. It's like in between the blue and the green in color. Almost looks like a lacy type. I guess there's not a lot of them that are captive bred in the country right now. So it was either that, a green, or a blue. And this Corey Martin, I got her from, and she's like, these ones are probably the more tame out of all of them.
Okay.
And she's like, they're rare. There's not many of them captive bred you could get. And I bought a really expensive pet.
Well, dude, that's all right though, because I mean, like monitors are cool. They're badass. I'm not gonna lie.
Knock on wood, hasn't bit me yet. My son he'll be 4 in a couple of weeks. He's tongue feeding it crickets. Like it's a baby. It's only like it's small, but
it's just a little thing. Okay.
It's awesome though. It's amazing.
How big will it get? Like that, because that's the one thing with monitors. Like it seems like there's you have your average monitor that's like a small dino, right. And then you've got the more manageable ones.
Yeah, these are the more manageable, and I guess this type, the Cordensis, stays on the smaller side out of all of them. Like the blues get big, the greens are like the middle, and these are, I guess, a little bit smaller. I don't know that much about them, but supposedly these stay a tiny bit. I mean, it's still gonna get big, but it's not. Yeah. It's not going to be tremendous. A lot of it's going to be the tail.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the thing with them is that the bodies necessarily aren't big. It's the tail that makes them look so freaking big.
Chris, I did not, and she will never know, and many people will never know.
Well, let's go through, say hi to some people. James Perry, JNS Exotics, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. And thank you to Chris for being S Reptilia for pointing out I have not made James blue yet. So, James, you should be blue by now. So thank you, Chris, everybody. If anybody boo-hoos about not being blue, it's because that's in I have to open up a whole nother window. And then I'm running 2 things at one time. And if anybody has run a live stream, it's hard enough to run what's going on here, let alone worrying about another window and turning people blue and all that stuff. I do like to try to pay attention to my guests. That's kind of, the good thing about a live. Pay attention to your guest. Tara Voodoo Doll Rose, what's going up, girl? Thanks for tuning in. Hope your son's doing well. Keeping you in my thoughts and prayers. And here we go. Chris, S Reptilia, my brother, what's up? Make sure you stay tuned, dude, because these test results are going to be for you, too. Jimbo, Blade and Axe Reptiles, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. We got John and Christine from Triforce, another one of the channel sponsors along there with Chris from S Reptilia. Chris is the OG channel sponsor. And here's the second OG channel sponsor, Nathan from Infinite Possible Pythons. What's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see all you guys here in the chat tonight. Sean Pine Joy, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, I missed this guy. Kent, what's up? Kent, you gotta stay awake, bro. You can't be falling asleep like balls deep Chris does at the shows. You gotta stay awake. Nikki and Kurt, what's going on? Although this is Nikki, but anyway, maybe Kurt's in the background somewhere. What's up, Irresistible Pythons? What's going on? We're going to be having, we got to set up a date to get you guys here on the show. Let's see. Kike, what's up, Kike? Thanks for tuning in. He says hi to you as well, Charlie. Hope everything's well. You are also in my thoughts and prayers, bro. Keeping your wife in my prayers. Thank you for all the love and support. Let's see. Sean says we picked up a leopard gecko for Deb's projects. Okay, all right. So they were up at the Lehigh Expo today. I did not go to that. I did not even try to vend that one because the guy that runs that is the same person, I believe, from what I've been told, runs Hershey, and they just don't ever get back to me. Well, they always tell me that there's no room, so I don't know. Anyway, so I just didn't even try it for Lehigh Valley. Barnes Family Pies. Rob, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Will, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Will's hella heat. Let's see here. All right, yes, Nathan. Nathan's right. Warminster, PA. Yes, that's where the barbecue is at. Warminster. Exotic A1 Pets. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Blakers, what's going on? Thanks for the invite, Jeremy. You're the best. What invite, Chris? What invite? You were at freaking, what's it called? You were up in Canada yesterday. I don't want to hear your shit. Where's my invite to go see Billy? Yeah, see, yeah. I didn't get no invite to go see Billy. Wouldn't have been able to cross the border anyway because I don't have a passport or anything, but still didn't get no invite.
All you need is a driver's license.
Oh, really?
To get to Canada, yeah. I
think you have to have a passport to get up in there.
Maybe not. Oh, maybe it's different now.
I don't know. Like, dude, in all honesty, I live a boring freaking life. The farthest I've been in this country is Tennessee. That was it. Yep. And that's as far as this boy's ever gone.
Actually, yeah, I think you do need a passport now, or one of those licenses that
the Star ID or whatever the hell it is.
I forget what it is.
Julia, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Let's see here. Oh, he says you're not alone, Charlie. His girl will pull out every perch with her. But Nathan, how's your boy? Does your boy come out easy? See, that's what you need a mail yet, don't you, Charlie?
Yeah, I don't have a mail.
That's all I got left is mails, bro. I was gonna say we can hook you up. Let's see here.
Prophecy.
What's that?
Prophecy asking if I heard about Canova's Super Stranger not proving. But yeah, I do blackjacks tests, and I wound up having to test that for clown for him because it didn't prove clown either.
Oh. Kai, Lucas, Landon, Royals, another one of the channel sponsors. What's up? Mercy Morphs, Joe, what's going on? Let's see. Sandra Mitchell, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you in the chat. Prophecy, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Nathan says his mail's an asshole. He doesn't touch him. Well, that's why he's an asshole, Nathan. You got to show the boy some love. You got to get him out. Become blood brothers with him. The more blood of you he has, the more at home he will feel with you. That is just how it works.
See, that's the other thing. Like, I don't know if I want to I'm going to get another carpet, but mine is like so chill. Like, once I get it out, I can hold, she can do anything. You know, she doesn't bite or she did tag my son because he's so used to holding the ball pythons and the retic, and, you know, he can manhandle them and they don't care. You know, these are a lot more like delicate and it's small still. So, you know, he went to like kind of hold it like he holds the ball pythons and put his hand right in front of it. And
got that reaction strike.
Yeah, I was like, it bled like a motherfucker.
That's the stupid thing. Like, even the babies, like, for the most part, they aren't bad. You do have a few that are jerks, but like the bites don't hurt. But like you said, they just bleed like hell. For like, it's a pinprick and it just won't stop leaking.
Yeah, like it bit him. He flicked it off of him. He looked down. He looked at me. He looked down, looked at me, and then started crying. It just scared the hell out of him, you know. It didn't. None of it hurts, you know. It's just more scary for him. But he doesn't. I was like, oh no, is he gonna like? Because he loves all the reptiles. So I was like, oh, is this gonna screw him up? This is the first time he's gotten bitten, but. Nah, he still grab him. I mean, he doesn't hold the carpet anymore. I won't let him. But, when it's bigger, if it's tame still, when it's bigger, I'll let him. But because he holds my retic, and you know.
Well, that's the thing. Like with the baby carpets, I tell everybody that even purchases one, because for the most part, I mean, they're all good here. You get them out to shows, they're in display cases. Some of them amp up, but that's just kind of to be expected because they're, you know, under glass, everybody's staring at them. Like, they just get that complex of I'm going to be eaten. But I always tell everybody, it's like, for the most part, they are chill. You get them out, you work with them, they'll settle down. Like, that's just the big thing. You got to put the time in with them.
Yeah, I bought mine at a local show here. And the reason why I did is that the breeders, they only had a handful of them. And they were just holding them. They were just pulling them out like nothing. I'm like, why is that thing not like tagging you nonstop? I thought the babies, it's like, no, it's fine. I was like, can I hold it? Like, yeah, I'm holding it and it's just fine. Nothing, you know? So I was like, oh, all right, let's try it out.
And that's like a lot of my mellow, there's a few mellow ones left, but then there's also like one jerk. But I will say this though, I've been working with them more now that the numbers of babies have started to drop a little bit. So I've been able to spend a little bit more time working with them. So they're becoming a little bit more acclimated to, you know, people. But it's one of those things, you get out of them what you put into them. You just work with them. Because, like, my yearlings from last year, dude, I'll just read day or night. Like, I will not pull a carpet out at night. Those yearlings, I'll pull them out at night, no problem. But they don't care. But they're just used to it. Like, they're very used to being handled. So let's go ahead, run the first channel sponsor, and then we'll dive on into this. Stop wasting time trying to prove out animals or taking chances on possible heads or genes you don't know that are there. Head on over to Charlie at Gray Rider Reptiles and ShedTesting.com for all of your shed testing needs. He's fast, accurate, and adding new tests on a regular basis. So head on over to ShedTesting.com and check him out. Make sure to use the code CARPET15 for 15% off of your shed test order. Use nothing but the best at ShedTesting.com. All right, we need to change up the logo on that one. I'm going to run this one yet as well here for the sponsors. Make sure you check out Nathan at Infinite Possible Pythons. He is your guy to go to if you want to get into the Bang project. On top of it, he's working a bunch of awesome ball python projects. Kahua geckos, Leachianus geckos, crested geckos, some scaleless corn snakes, and he is your one-stop shop for all your branding needs. So check him out. Check out Chris Shelley over at S Reptilia if you need a high-end ball python, blood python, locality boa, or colubrid. He's also Pennsylvania's distributor of Coco to Go and the Chipper, and he can also hook you up with some rats. So make sure you guys check out Chris over at S Reptilia. Thank you to all the channel sponsors, Chris, Nathan, Charlie as well. Greatly appreciate all your love and support, guys. Like, really do. Especially you, Charlie. Like, I'll never forget that first live auction we did out of the blue. You just messaged me. You're like, hey, 25% off of all the shed tests that for any of the pop sets. Like, that blew me away. because I didn't see that come. And then you've done it every time since then. So like, just thank you, man.
Yeah, I do that, especially I like to help people get them things sold too, even at shows, I'll do it. I got guys that vend in certain shows, and, I'll tell them, listen, if you still have anything left on the table that's past hat, tell them it comes with a free test or something,
Oh, shit. Okay.
half off or something like that, and not a free, that snake will get tested, not just.
Oh, and not every shed that they said.
Yeah. But just things like that. It's, I feel like whatever I could do to help.
So let's talk about Dallas, because you were just at Dallas, 2 weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was last weekend or something.
So how did that go? Because you didn't take any animals, correct?
No, I flew there. I just had a booth with Kevin A Exotics right there.
Okay.
And I had a booth next to him and a couple other his crew, Genetic Genesis, Red Onion, and we had a whole end cap there. And it was awesome. We flew out there Friday. We set up and everything. It's different than like Tinley. That was the only other. Tinley's the only big show I've gone to besides this time in Dallas, and it was definitely different. Tinley Fridays on Tinley, it's packed on Fridays, but Dallas, half of the vendors aren't even set up until Saturday morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I would have thought that, like, bigger shows, I would have thought like that would have been the thing. Like, you had to be set up, because I would think Saturday morning or even Friday, you'd want to be walking around checking out, what the other vendors have up for grabs.
Yeah, it was definitely, surprising, but it wound up being a good show. I think everybody I talked to did fairly well. There's a few people I talked to that didn't do amazing, but most of the guys I saw and I was talking to did pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
I just had the banner up, shed testing and stuff, and just was talking to people. And I'm always running around at those shows anyway. I don't even know why I get a booth. I'm never there. Kevin will just be texting me like, "Hey, you coming back? Someone's looking for you," or he knows enough about it, and he just winds up talking to everybody.
Well, I was gonna say, is there were you said, and maybe this is something you haven't thought of yet, but were you selling could you do package deals, X amount of shed tests for this at a show special?
Yeah, there was a bunch of things I was thinking about doing, and it just came so fast. I don't know. I had so many ideas in my head of stuff I wanted to do, and next thing you know, I was like, oh crap, I got to leave tomorrow. It was I think it was end of August. It was August 29th or something. My wife was like, so when are these shows you're going to? I'm like, not until September. She's like, well, that's in 2 days. I was like, but yeah, no, it was good. I got, picked up a bunch of new people, as customers, and got a lot of ideas from other people that things they want tests for and other species and stuff, so yeah, I mean, it definitely was worth it. 100%.
What's up, John? Thanks for tuning in. Yes, everybody, do as Chris said, hit that like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe, please. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell as well. Now, what were some of the things that people are hitting you up about, wanting you to get into as far as even species with different shed tests? And
so I would say the consensus was retics and hognose.
Okay.
We talked about that already, Kevin. You missed it. But then obviously everybody wants sex testing for things like monitors, carpets, green trees, things like that. A couple other much less common pythons I talked to people, and that stuff interests me. I like that, and I really want to get into a lot more things. I have a few things going on right now that I should hopefully have out in next month or so. It's just been so busy this time of year. I have data back from multiple different genes for ball pythons that I need to validate and create tests for, and I just haven't had time. It's just been absolutely insane, but it's a good thing. Hopefully, the next few weeks it slows down a little bit, and I could start getting into some other things.
Okay. Now, I mean, the hognose thing, I could really see the genetic wise that being a good thing to get into.
Mm-hmm.
That I can see just because of all of like that's kind of like the new ball python. I kind of have to think. I mean, there's just so many morphs.
Yeah, but also like the thing that interests me more is the retics, because I have a super dwarf, 100% super dwarf, just wild type retic. He's super small, awesome, and I was talking to another very large super dwarf retic breeder from Pennsylvania last week, and he had good points, and I feel the same way. Instead of having all these people that want these cool morphs that are in the mainland, huge size retics, if we could get tests for them, breeders like him and other super dwarf breeders could get these new morphs into smaller packages a lot quicker.
No.
So, and most people shouldn't have 18-foot retic, so
that's a big snake to try to like. I don't think a lot of people they see that baby snake and they think there's no way in hell that thing's going to get that big.
And that's the thing. Like even at Dallas, people had baby retics, and they're like so beautiful, so many different morphs, and like unbelievable. It's like, oh my god, it's so cool. And you're watching people buy them, and you're like, does this person really know what they're getting themselves into right now? So if I could, in a small way, help out, getting them down to a more manageable size by helping the breeders that are working with that, then I'd be happy. Because it's not. They're definitely not for everybody.
Oh no. I mean, they're cool, badass snake. If you're willing to own up and accept and give them good care for the size that they're going to be, freaking have at it. But I think there's a lot of people, like I said, they just don't realize that it's going to get freaking huge. It's going to need a room to itself.
So I don't know if you guys know who this is. This is Alan. He is the scientist that pretty much started this stuff up in Canada. He
okay.
He found the piebald mutation, and he's really, really good at the bioinformatics parts of this stuff, and he's been helping me out on a few things. Monsoon being one of them, TSK being one of them.
We need to put a rush on that TSK ASAP.
Yeah. So appreciate you stopping in, Alan.
That's really cool, Alan. Thank you. I didn't know. It's neat to know when really cool people pop in like that, because I never would have guessed that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
thank you, Alan.
Really but yeah, we and then like blackhead pythons. There's a breeder that was there, and Bob Vu brought me over to the table, and I guess there's like a bunch of different exanthic lines in blackheads, and they really figure that out. So I was like, all right, we could see how it goes. But again, it's just right now it's a time thing. It's crazy. Every time I get caught up, like right now, I have, I think like 16 or 20 sheds on the table that have to get tested tomorrow, and that's it.
Okay.
But I know tomorrow's Monday, and there's gonna be 50 plus.
This is gonna be a crap ton of this.
I was like, oh, this is great. I'm like, wow, I don't have stacks of them, because I have a whole new technology I'm working with right now to do these tests, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 or 10 of the main tests that I do, the most popular ones that I do, working on it. And that machine is right here, and it allows me to do everything right here in-house, not sending anything out from start to finish. I could have your results in a few hours, and I could do 96 at a time. So over the last few weeks, it's helped immensely. How much
Well, that explains in how some of those times you're like, hey, I just got your sheds. And then it seems like literally like not that long afterwards, you're sending me results. It's just like, well, damn.
Yeah, I tell people that a lot of people always ask, "Oh, what's your turnaround time?" It's like it depends on the day of the week that I get it. You know,
Yeah.
If my employee stops at the PO box and she gets the sheds and she starts opening them, and there's room on a run, and she's running clown and DG or what in hypo, and she opens yours up first, and there's 5 that need clown, and she has room to throw them on. She'll throw them on, and by the time I get home from work, they're done, and I can give you results. So, you know, she pick them up at 10 a.m., you know, by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, your results are in. So it all depends on the day of the week I get it. But so far, recently, it's only been, you know, a few days. Even though it's been insane, maybe a week on some, and some when things need reruns and stuff. But now when they need reruns, I can rerun them myself the next day. It's not like, all right, now I have to run them again, and then I have to send them out. And so it's definitely helping. And I've been getting a lot less failure rating on crappy sheds with this new technology. So it's been helping out a lot.
Now, what's so different with the new technology as opposed to the old stuff? I probably personally won't understand it, but maybe other people in the chat will understand it.
It's a much more expensive machine that you have to use, and just different reagents, different, you know, people develop this way to genotype and DNA pretty much. It works for anything. It'll work for humans, animals, plants. And it's been amazing so far. I've only been using it for about a month. Well, I've been using it for longer than that, but that was all just test runs and making sure it worked for the tests. Yeah, so I just now have to get everything else on it. You know, I got DG, Clown, Puzzle, Sunset, Hypo, G-Stripe, Ultramel, Pied, Hurricane, all working on the new system, and the rest will slowly be moving on to it.
Dude, that's freaking badass, man.
Yeah.
Now,
no, it's scary because you spend a ton of money on a machine, and you're like, I hope this works. You know, at first, like when I was doing it, the first few attempts, it wasn't working. I'm like, crap, I have like the world's most expensive paperweight right now. And I was like very scared.
I bet.
But thank God it worked.
Dude, like that would, I think, I don't know what you spent on your initial investment to start to do this, but even on that initial investment, I feel as though that would have been like the biggest, like, holy crap, I pray that this freaking works out.
The initial investment, I didn't even, and I bought 2 of these machines. So, yeah, it was the last month has been a lot of money going out. But it's good. It's fine. You know, but yeah, the initial investment, I didn't make that investment for months. Like I literally just was researching and talking to people, researching. I was afraid, you know, to do it. And it wasn't even that much in the beginning. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't like, you know, the machine next to me, I spent more on that than my initial investment in the beginning. But, and then I remember I was like, oh man, if I could do like 8 to 10 tests a week, I could pay back my investment in like a couple months. That would be amazing if I could at least pay back the investment. Now I'm doing, the other day we did 108 tests, you know.
I was just going to say, like, what are you averaging test-wise coming in, just say, like, in a week's time?
For the last 2 months, it's probably been 300 to 500.
Okay.
Maybe more.
Dude, that's a crap ton. I'm assuming it's probably just because of it being essentially hatchling season right now.
I didn't know that there was this many ball pythons, honestly, in the world. It's unbelievable. I'll tell you what, the market's it's not going anywhere. Literally every day I have boxes and boxes and huge envelopes of sheds coming. So people are still breeding. People are still selling animals. You know, things are just a little bit different. But it's, I feel like it's business as usual.
Jason wants to know, do you ever sleep?
I tell you, if I didn't have my employee, no, I wouldn't. It would, like, I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, I don't know what I would do right now. Like, I'd have had to take the whole summer off from my day job, and I've done that. Yes, Alan, but not doing it real time. It's a little different. But it's even like the day we did 108 tests in a day, it was like we still had piles of jets. And so the next day probably did 80 to 100 again, and then 50 to 70, every day. But it's good.
Now, did you ever expect your growth to be? Because I feel like you started off as a little fish in this new pond, and I feel as though you have just basically swallowed up everything in that freaking pond, and now you are the big kahuna of the lake.
I don't know about that, but
man, you don't give yourself enough credit, dude.
I don't know what the other guys are doing, but I'm sure they're still doing a ton more than I am. They got it. I mean, I don't know how. Again, if they are, that means there's really a lot of ball pythons out there. But it's good. I have a great, constant group of customers that always, keep coming back and keep supporting me, and everybody's been amazing. So that's why I try to, whenever I can, give back as much as I can, because I did not expect this, and I still been putting everything back into it. I don't take any of the money out. I haven't used $1 of the money from this for anything but
reinvesting,
building this, building this room, I'm looking at a lot of money in machines right here, and buying animals. Like I put a lot of it back. Like if I get snakes a lot instead of money for shed tests, I bought a really expensive monitor the other day with the money. I try to racks, and I'm just trying to, anything I could put the money back into right now, everything's going back into the community. So
yeah. No, that's cool. And right here, I agree with John here on this one. He says, you've got to be the big kahuna because of your willingness to be a good person who gives a shit about his customers. The others don't. Charlie is awesome. I agree 100%, John.
Thanks, John. But yeah, I mean, I'm always on my phone. That's the other thing. Like, I think that's huge. Like, it sucks sometimes, but my wife yells at me, get off your phone, get off your phone, get off your phone. You're not paying attention to us. Like, why do you have to answer a phone call at 10 o'clock at night? Do people in California not realize that it's midnight right now? But I like having a relationship with my customers. I try, some people will just place orders and I won't talk to them, but the majority of my customers, I pretty much talk to all the time. Throughout the process, like, hey, I'm about to send you in sheds. This is what I'm testing for. This is what I'm doing. Hey, did you get them? Yeah, I got them. John, that's the next one that's coming out, man. I tested more of them the other day and it still works perfect. I'm 100% right now on zebra tests.
Nice. You're gonna make John real happy.
I haven't had one zebra test call wrong yet. The problem with it is I need some more known het and visual zebra sheds from breeders that I don't have them from already. I have a lot from John. I have a lot from Steve Casino. I need some more from other people. So if you have any, I have a few coming, I think this week. So if those all go well, we'll be close to 100 for 100 on zebra right now working. So,
okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Tom. I talked to Tom yesterday for a while.
I say, Tom, check your Instagram messages. I sent you a message a while back, bro. I want to get you on here to have you on the live one of these nights. So at least I'm pretty sure it was your IG. I mean, maybe it's someone else that's pretending to be you too. I don't know. But yeah, hit me up, dude, or maybe message me on IG. Maybe my message didn't get through or something. Love to have you on the show as well, Tom. This was gonna be my next question. I know this is a very walking the line question, but what about, are you going to try to put to rest the whole McKenzie zebra thing once you have the zebra test finished?
I'm going to put it to rest as much as I can. What I could say now, and I will say it now, is I've tested 30 plus 40 known zebras and het zebras with my test, and it's worked perfectly. I've tested a lot of known negative zebras, and they're all testing negative for zebra. And I've tested a handful of McKenzies and super McKenzies against my zebra test, and they're all coming back negative.
Okay, nice. All right, I think that's been, because I know John and I there from 121 had talked once or twice about the whole McKenzie zebra thing, and I feel as though once that whole issue is laid to rest because of the price point between the two, I think you're going to see, zebra kind of blow up a little bit.
The problem, though, is I could say that it's right now. I could fairly confidently say that it's not the same mutation. But the caveat is there's two lines of ultramil. There's ultramil A and there's ultramil B. They don't test the same. They look identical. They're completely compatible. There's two lines of albino. They're completely compatible. They don't test the same. Yellow belly. They're completely compatible. They don't test the same. Could McKenzie be completely compatible with this and not test the same? Yes. But only thing I could say right now is it's not testing the same. Until I come up with a McKenzie test and find McKenzie, then we'll know. Is it right next to zebra? Is it very close? Are they allelic? I don't know. I don't know.
Sure, I think it could be like an allelic thing too. Yeah.
I can't completely put it to bed. All I could say is the zebra test that I have right now, it is not, McKenzie is testing negative for it.
Okay. That dude, see, this is one, and I'm not taking a jab at any other people, but this is the one thing I love about you, Charlie, is that you say what you know, and you don't go off kind of, well, let's walk over here and, we'll start spouting this off, even though we don't know what the hell is really going on.
No.
That's the one thing I do love of it. One of the many things, but that's the one thing I'd like that has always stood out to me with you is
and
that
I've known this for a long time now. I've known it for probably well over a month. But I've been testing. I don't want to say much until I know. And so I really wasn't saying anything, but I'm comfortable enough with the amount of zebras I've tested that this test is a good, accurate test for zebra. And all I could say is that it's not testing the same. Is it? And that's why I didn't want rumors to start, because I don't know. It could be directly next to zebra and they could be completely compatible, completely do the same exact thing, but test differently.
Okay.
That's it. So right now, though, they are testing differently.
Sweet. See, because zebra has been one thing that I've liked the look of it, but when I heard about the whole zebra and McKenzie being the same thing, I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'm going to wait to even do anything at this point then with that stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough of them in person, especially next to each other, to make a determination. I've seen them separately in person, but there are guys, but then that's the thing, like, you guys got John and other guys that are really deeply vested in zebra, there's people that don't have zebra. They're like, oh, screw it, zebra's the same as Mackenzie, zebra's the same, and they're like, no, zebra's different than me. I don't know. Until we come out, if people have super Mackenzies, send me the sheds, and I will gladly whole genome sequence all the super Mackenzies I could get and figure out where Mackenzie is located, and then we could put it to bed. But right now, we can't completely put it to bed. Close, but not completely.
Close. We can start tucking it in. Chris, thank you very much, bro, for the $10 super chat. Greatly appreciate that.
I have the hybrid exanthic test, Chris. I guess got to order primers. I should have the test this week. I don't know if anybody needs it.
Nice. Nice. So then that would, because he had also, I missed it. He had also said something about Lori. Yeah, he asked, what about Lori?
So I'm going to test. So the people that are coming, that came up with HRA, Heather and Hannah Seidel, they've been working on the 8-ball complex. And so I'm going to try to validate other sheds that they can't get their hands on with that. So Lori, and then somebody was texting me about something else yesterday. Like, I forget what it was. Another one that people think might be the same as het red exanthic. So they can't get those sheds. So I will get those sheds and test everything I can on it. And that's kind of what I'm still doing with chocolate. I was looking for somebody's shed yesterday, and I was digging through piles of sheds, and I found a few things that people were saying might be chocolate, like Raven and some other stuff. So I'm going to run those all. I'm going to run all those through the chocolate and Wookiee test and see what comes up with that.
Now that would be interesting to see what, like, if there's something else that's like chocolate, because I know that supposedly chocolate and Wookiee are different, but I think that, because I know that was a big issue then too. Jolly, snakes for the memories. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Good to see us. They also say smash that like. Yes, please do, everybody. Please do. Rob, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Let me try to get caught up. Man, this chat is going nuts tonight, dude. Absolutely freaking nuts. Okay, I'm at the bottom now, finally. Let's do this. Because you've got some test results. Let me run a channel sponsor. And then, all right, hold on, wait. Charlie, let me know what you find out on Raven, please.
Yeah, I have so many like experimental research tests I have to run. Like, I have a whole bin full of sheds that are just things that I need to run for like experimental purposes. I just never have the time to do it. Hopefully this week I'll have time to get a bunch of stuff ran that I need to. Like, I have OD data back, TSK, and there's another test that's an orangey color that I should be getting that data back soon.
We won't talk too much about that, but I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I'm glad you're getting that, because I'm going to need that too. Let me see here. Prophecy wants to know if you got Blackjack Ranger yet.
I have. Yes, I tested it. I tested that. I think the day I think I had the shed like the day he posted that it didn't prove Super Stranger and it didn't prove Het Clown in 7 eggs, 7 snakes. He bred a Het Clown to a clown. He got no clowns. So he must have sent that before once he saw the pips or something like that, because I got the shed and I tested it that day and I told him that it wasn't Het Clown.
They would be like, well, that explains it.
Yeah.
Nathan says it's gold, not orange. Oh man, I was waiting to see if Nathan would jump on that one. But all right, let's go ahead, run. Oh, all right, Kai's yelling, hurry up with the monsoon test, damn it. All right, let's run another one of the channel sponsors, and then we're going to get some test results, folks, because I'm chomping at the bit I want to know if I'm getting good news or bad news. So check out these sponsors. Head on over to Triforce Morphs if you're looking for that missing piece in your ball python breeding project. While you're there, add a little bit of laser citron to the mix, folks. John and Christine can also hook you up with the crested gecko, so don't forget that. Turn up the heat with Triforce Morphs.
If you want to use the best reptile record-keeping and tracking software on the market today, scan the QR code or click our partnership link in the description down below for a free 30-day trial of Husbandry Pro. I promise you, you will not regret it.
All right, make sure you guys go ahead, check out John and Christine at Triforce. They will be at Baltimore Repticon this weekend. So will this guy right here. I'll be there as well. So come on out, hang out, say hi, check out some animals. I will have the last, and this is sad to say, but is the last five. Last five carpet pythons from this season there. They are rapidly... I say, it feels like I'm always saying rapidly. It feels like they trickle out. But going from 22 babies that were available to just down to 5 in this short amount of time, it feels like they're just flying off the shelf, basically. It's kind of sad, though. I'm not going to lie. I hate to see them go because they're starting to color up, man. And it's just like, it really makes you want to just keep them all.
Just keep
really. Oh, dude, but I can't justify that many males. Like, that's the problem. Like, what's left is 5 males. The last female got snagged last week. So it's all males, but man, there's like, they're all going to be good looking, but there's like 3 of them that are just like, if you don't sell by a certain time, I might have to rethink what's staying in. What's staying and what's going. They're some killer stuff. But I will also have a whole bunch of baby ball pythons, and these results that you're going to hear tonight, folks, here shortly, these babies will be at the show. So after they go to the show, they're going to go to my Husbandry Pro store. After the store, they'll get put up on the Morph market. So you got the show, then it's going to the Husbandry Pro store. And probably the week after they've been on Husbandry Pro store, they're going to get it out onto Morph market. So be ready.
Do you want to pull out the snakes one by one?
I can. I mean, let's start off. Oh, you're hiding. All right. Let's start off with 05M. Put myself up on the big screen here, which is this lovely.
So that is possible Posset Clown, correct?
Yes, this would be chocolate het DG hypo.
Wow.
And we're finding out the het clown.
Male or female? That's a male, right?
This is a male, yeah. This is 05M.
What do you think it is?
I'm going to guess and say it's probably not het clown, if I had to guess.
It is het clown.
Ah, damn. So it's chocolate triple het, guys.
2405-05M, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
240505M. Nice. Nice. I can squiggle off that 50% crap. So chocolate triple het male.
That's cool.
Like this, dude, I don't know what, because I know there's like 2 different lines of chocolate supposedly. But whatever line this is, it's very clean. And very banded. All right, so put his card back up there. That's freaking awesome. All right, now this is one. This might make Chris cry, depending what you tell me on this one. Let's do 04F.
Ooh.
Chocolate DG het hypo female. Posset clown.
Wow, that's nice. So that's chocolate DG, het hypo.
Het hypo.
Het clown.
It's het clown?
Yeah.
All right, you're not going to make Chris cry. Chris is probably dancing now. So now she is chocolate DG het hypo clown. Nice.
You got 240501M.
All right, hold on. Let me get him. Or tell you what, let's save him. Well, yeah. All right, we'll get him out. That's
the one I only tested it for chocolate. I did not realize I was supposed to test that for clown for some reason, but I'll test that tomorrow for clown.
All right, no, you're good, dude. You're good.
So we're just gonna have the chocolate results on that.
All right, this is one, and I think this is chocolate. It looks like everything else that looked chocolate in here.
What else is pairing?
What's that?
What else is that? Hypo?
This is just chocolate, or what I think, chocolate DG hypo.
Oh. Yeah, that is not chocolate.
What?
Nope.
Not chocolate.
Negative.
What the world? That's baffling, dude. All right, now I almost... Oh, hell.
Yeah, I checked that again right before we came on because I was like, I feel like I heard you say something that you thought was going to be chocolate anyway. So I was like, let me just double check and make sure. And I checked, and yeah, that's definitely not chocolate.
Yeah, look, Chris is right there with me. Like, we were gangbusters that this was.
Nope. So what was the pairing?
Chocolate, triple het female, and a DG hypo male.
Right. So that's a DG hypo het, possible het clown then?
Yeah, so that's DG hypo posset clown.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that came back negative for chocolate.
Dude, that's got all right. Now when that mom, well, you still got the no, Chris, I don't think it's for sale, dude. Oh, I don't know. We'll have to see. That is kind of disappointing. I'm not gonna lie.
So the only thing I would say is any other sheds I have that are chocolate, I want to test that for chocolate too to make sure that.
Well, that would be every other shed that you have from this clutch.
Okay. I'll run the other ones as well.
Okay.
And see make sure at least one of them hits. If none of them hit, then
we got something else going on.
Yeah.
I mean, because this would be, you should have a test there for O2F.
No. All I have is O1M, O4F, O5M. Oh, it says chocolate hypo. Is that it?
Yeah, chocolate hypo, yeah.
Okay. So what number is that?
240502F.
02F. Okay.
And this is what I thought was chocolate hypo DG. But now you've just totally blown me away with what I think anything is. So now
Right. Yeah, no, that is het DG. And that is het clown.
And it's het clown.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, so the only one I think I owe you is the O1M. Let me write that down. I gotta test that for clown. And then I'm gonna test the rest of them for chocolate and see if they come back chocolate.
I see, yeah, because now, like,
yeah, that's just hypo. That's not visual DG.
Yeah, no. This one I knew was the hypo one. This one I knew was
all right,
hypo, right. And it had to be het DG because the dad was visual DG hypo. This was just.
Oh, so was I not supposed to test that for DG?
No. This was just test for clown.
I tested it for DG anyway. It is het DG.
But no, I mean, she looks very much like the other one. I mean, right. Banding going across. So now I don't know what you're going to tell me on what is it? The dad? That's the chocolate? No, mom's the chocolate. Mom's still here.
Yes. What does that look like?
Let me. Oh, where's she at? All right. We're going to move the banner here a little bit. Here's mom. I mean, same thing, very clean.
Yeah, and it has those little chips in it. It definitely looks like a chocolate. I don't think that looks. I mean, I don't know what just a single gene Wookiee would look like. Where'd you get that from?
This is actually my buddy Mike's. He has me working this project for him. And I guess there's a whole big story behind it. Basically, they did a joint pairing thing. He held back 3 babies. The 3 babies came here.
All right. So first we'll test all of the babies for chocolate that I have. And then if for some reason they come back negative, we'll test that one for chocolate too.
Okay.
And Wookiee. But I don't think that looks, I don't know. I'm horrible at IDing anything. That's why I test them.
Well, dude, I thought, dead to rights, I thought I had, that idea right. But
here's the thing. Whenever people say that to me, it's like, okay, you chose to test that one for chocolate. You didn't choose to test the others for chocolate.
Well, I chose to test that one in specific just because I had people saying it is chocolate and that it wasn't chocolate.
Right.
So I was it was one of those things where it's like, okay, we're going to just kind of put this thing to rest. Because that was going to be my holdback out of that clutch. Just because it allowed me to quick injection of DG and hypo both into my Xantic project. Right. But it also would have gave me the chocolate gene on top of it.
I mean, you did real good though. So
oh hell yeah, dude!
Hopefully, this other one comes back Heck Clown too.
All of those tests that I sent into you came back. For the Heck Clowns, came back Heck Clown,
except for that one that we didn't test yet.
Yeah, exactly. Except for that one. Freaking Nathan.
Oh, he said it wasn't.
I know Danny was saying it wasn't. I can't remember what Nathan said. And I'm not saying that, Nathan, just to be a smartass. I can't remember if you were a yay or nay on the chocolate.
Well, based on that comment, I'm thinking he's a nay.
I'm guessing he was one that said that it wasn't. I know Chris thought it was chocolate. Like me and Chris, John there over at Triforce, like we all had that DG hypo pegged as freaking chocolate. Like, well, hey, everybody, you guys got to see me be dumbfounded and happy all at the same time. That's pretty fun. I'm not gonna that makes me happy. But now, at the same token, now I'm just kind of like, what are the other ones then? As far as, are they chocolates or are they not chocolates?
Yeah. By Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll have those results of those chocolates, and tomorrow I'll have that clown. And since we couldn't do that clown on here, I'll just post it on my Instagram story and won't even tell you. I'm just gonna tag you in it and give the results so everybody can see it with you.
That'll work. That'll work. Because in all, because I've got a show this weekend, and Baltimore Repticon, and I was planning on taking those available ones to the show. So now I really do need to know if they're chocolates or not. So I know what I need to do on the tag.
The thing is, I know the Garcia line of chocolate, the Bell line, they've all tested positive for the chocolate that we have. Like the chocolate for everybody, the common line of chocolate that is out there, the one that's allelic with Wookiee and Spider and all that every single line of chocolate that I have my hands on is testing positive for it. So could that be something else? I don't know. Can you talk to your buddy and see where he got, find out, see how far you could go back and see, where he got the parents to that snake.
Okay. So I'll have to hit Mike up here. I'll try to get a hold of him tomorrow, actually. Jason Phillip, thank you very much for becoming a new channel member. Greatly appreciate the love and support. So yeah, dude, hey, I'm happy though. Like, that one bummer, but the rest just freaking happy. Now the big thing is, let's put Chris on the line here. Chris, which one do you want? Yeah, this Chris. Yeah, he was saying how it wasn't chocolate too. Julia O2F, that one I've got to see if that was one that Chris was contemplating on. So I've got to see if he picks that one or if he picks the other female. But I can let you know. But yeah, they're, because of what they are, I mean, they're not exactly the cheapest of animals, though. As long as there is the chocolate there.
I don't know. You almost might want to. Hopefully, then maybe none of them are chocolate and it's something else. I don't know.
Well,
that would just be confusing and annoying.
All right, Chris says he wants the DG chocolate het hypo clown. Okay. See, that's the other thing too. Like I've had regular DGs as babies. Like that head is not the color of like a normal D. Like the top, like that doesn't have a normal DG head to it. Like the color's not quite right for just a plain DG head. Because at least the DGs that I've seen, they were always a lot more pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll find out.
That's not the one I tested. That was het DG, is it?
No. The one you tested as het DG was the chocolate hypo. Yeah, this one's definitely visual DG.
What if it's the het hypo clown influence? I don't know.
We'll find out though, dude. We'll find out when you go and rerun it. Or run for the chocolate, I mean, on them.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't care about chocolate. I just like the colors of it. Well,
no matter what it is, it looks cool. It's dark. Even if it's not chocolate, it's a darker, cool, you know.
Oh yeah, like that's like now if it's not chocolate, like if none of them test for chocolate, now it's got me like thinking it's like, okay, what's what? like well, what's going on in there then?
Right.
John's saying, John, I am not mixing up freaking sheds. I label shit. I ain't mixing sheds up, man.
Yeah, I mean, we could test it for Wookiee too, just to make sure.
So we'll see if it comes back with what the results with the chocolate are.
I know Nathan.
Now I'm intrigued.
Nathan and Chris said it wasn't, so you know. I don't know.
I was gonna say maybe I need to start listening to those two. I mean, I'll listen to Nathan
that
first.
Is true, aren't you? You're colorblind, so you can't tell anyway.
I am colorblind, but I can see color. Damn it! Just Xanthic looks even better when you're partially colorblind.
That's why you like Xanthic so much. Like, what do you
mean? I have this. That's why I have the obsession with black and white. Like that's the whole big thing. That's it. Wilson, he's gonna have to work the street corner to pay for all the shed tests that he's gonna send you. Oh man. Well, that was freaking cool though. I'm happy that all those proved out to be a het clown.
Were they 50 or 66?
They were 50s.
Oh, good.
And they were 50%. So I'm gonna say, going with the laws of averages, that last one probably more than likely is not het clown.
I tell you what,
everything else het clown.
You want to say all that, but it's like I see so much of it. Like especially now that this time of year, I'm doing whole clutches of things. Yeah. Some people get super lucky. Some people get shit luck. Like I tested I won't say who it's for, but what is that for? Oh yeah, I know who it was. He's a friend of the show, but I won't say it because I haven't seen him on here. He hatched a clutch of eggs that from a het clown to a visual clown, 2 clutches of eggs from this male, and he got no clowns out of 14 eggs. So he's like, I definitely got screwed. I bought a fake het. I tested it yesterday, I think it was, and it's Het Clown. He just got horrible odds.
Dude, well, see, that's like I did that double het to double het last season for Exantic Clowns. Got no visuals at all. Like none. Like nothing lined up. And then this year did the same thing. At least I got a clown, which is the one shed that you have, and then I've got a visual Exantic, and then I got two visual Exantics. But actually I will be sending off 3 more sheds up to you in probably about 2 weeks. Unless this girl shed today. Nope, she's still in shed. But that stuff's all Exantics het for clown, so you can put that towards the TSK test too if you need to prove things out or test whatever.
Yeah,
because they're all visual Exantics.
And somebody was talking MJ earlier. I forget who it was.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I forgot to bring that up. Sorry.
So I have a decent amount of MJ sheds, right? Visual MJ sheds. And I also have a lot of GCR sheds. And a lot of people, they are compatible. It's just a matter of whether or not they test the same.
Okay.
So I'm going to probably keep them separate when I'm doing my sequencing, just in case. Because if I send them out together, it's just going to screw up the data. So I have a lot of MJ. This thing, MJ is not that popular here. So I have a lot of MJs from 2 different people. So if I could get a couple more visual MJ sheds from people that I don't already have them from, that'd be awesome.
Chris, I think Chris has MJ, if I'm not mistaken, or at least he preaches MJ.
Lace is out for whole genome sequencing right now. So hopefully I'll probably get the data back a week or so after I get the other data back from that RNG test.
Gold. Nathan, take back everything you ever said about me because I just stood up for the gold gene.
Yes. So I do have for Barnes Family and John from Snake LTD. I have a lot from you guys. I don't know if I have any from anybody else.
Okay.
I have a lot of GCR from a couple other people, but like I said, I kind of want to, even though we know they're compatible based on breeding, I want to make sure I want to make sure I do the test right and find the correct mutation, just in case they are different mutations that are compatible. I'm not gonna mix them together for sequencing. That'll just
that's smart though, because then it, like you said, it helps keep things a little.
Yeah.
Because
if they are a different mutation, my data is just, I don't know if Alan's still here, but my data from Alan will look like, it'd be a mess. Because, it'll be a lot of stuff to go through and you'd never know, like if you're testing the right ones wrong. So I'd rather keep them separate until we know for sure that they're testing the same.
Now, are you going to try to do the same thing with the TSK and Black Exantic and test the Black Exantic against the TSK?
Yeah. I think Alan sent me recently. He's doing, like I said, he's doing the bioinformatics on the TSK stuff, and I don't know if I've ordered the new primers yet. I just haven't had time. But once I order those primers, I think I did. I think we ordered it for the new system too. So yeah, hopefully later on this week, we'll know a little bit more about TSK.
Nice.
Rainbow, we have data back on Rainbow and Monarch already. Monarch's been a little bit of a pain in the butt, and so is Rainbow. Jürgen I work a lot with him from Europe. He does this testing out there. He sequenced Rainbow, and I think did I do Monarch or did he? I don't remember. I don't know. I think I did Monarch. I'm not sure. But we've been having not issues, but we haven't been able to completely nail down Rainbow or Monarch just yet. But yeah, definitely for validation, the more I have, the quicker it'll go, and the less begging for sheds I'll have to do when the time comes, like I'm doing for Zebra right now.
See, that's baffling. I would think that people would be blowing you up trying to send you stuff to get different, sheds in your hands.
A lot of people do, and I don't blame them, but a lot of people, they forget. I forget.
Yeah.
I forget everything. I have sheds that I need to test for my own snakes, and I throw them out because I forget that I have to test. I mean, I have a whole clutch. I have a whole clutch of pied, het candy, het clown, pos het hypos that I have to test for hypo, and I haven't tested them yet because my tests go to the back of the line. You think that mine would be? I would know.
Just sneak them in. Just sneak them in there.
I don't even care. Like, I just want to get everybody else's stuff done. When things slow down, I will do mine. Yeah, I have the NG test. I don't think I put it on the website yet because I wanted to do a little bit more validation on it. But I have tested a bunch of entries, and the test is working. But that's another thing that will go up shortly.
So what all tests can we expect to see, just say within, by the end, let's say the next 2 months? What are you looking at releasing as far as adding to the list? So that you can remember off the top of your head.
We'll have Zebra. I'm hoping OD works out. We have the data back for that. I don't know about Monarch or Rainbow yet, where we're at completely with those. The big one, hopefully, is Monsoon.
Okay.
I've done this last mutation that we've been aiming at, that also Alan's been looking into for us as well. It's been 100% accurate, only on a handful of sheds, on about a dozen known het or visual monsoons, and it's testing negative for the ones that are supposed to be negative. So we're getting there. I just tomorrow I'm gonna have my employee run probably another 12 or so monsoons and see how it works. And I'm working with RGI on that. I'm working with Pro Herper and Jürgen in Europe on that, and Heather Rafi in Canada. We're all working on monsoon together to try to get it down. So if I run more tomorrow and it still works again, I'll make sure that everybody knows which location we really should focus on, and just really pump out the test, and hopefully we get it.
So have you been doing a lot of the joint operations, I'm going to say, between all the different?
So myself and Jürgen from Belgium, we work together on everything. So every single test that he has or I have, we share. Any new tests that we're trying to get, we share all of our data. We both validate. We pretty much, anything either of us are working on is for both of us.
Okay.
And also Heather Rafi from Canada, Dr. Rafi, she used to work with Alan, and she works with us pretty much on everything as well. And that's how she gave us the spider complex, because we gave her a bunch of genes that we found, and then we helped her validate a lot of the stuff in the spider complex. So yeah, it just makes things go faster, and it helps with the accuracy of the test, because we're testing now in 3 different countries, and we have
True.
When we're testing for something, yeah, sure. If I have all TSKs from Jeremy and all yours are testing right and it's working great, but somebody else sends them sheds in Europe, and you're like, these aren't working for the TSKs here. Maybe I just have like a marker or something for it, and we have to go back and hit the drawing board, So
I never thought about that. That's okay.
So our main focus is to make sure that our tests are 100%, as close to 100% accurate as they can be. Really validating the hell out of everything. And the last thing I want to do is put a test out and then it worked for some things and not others. That's how black pastel is right now. They're finding there's multiple lines of black pastel, not just the two that we think we know of right now. There's more than that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's more for other things as well. And, we have pretty good tests for them, but they're not working for everything. So Dr. Rafi and Dr. Seidel are really working on trying to get everything. I don't want to put out a test and charge you for a test and say it's negative for the black pastel that I can test for. It might be black pastel, but
yeah.
I don't. What the hell does that do?
Yeah, that doesn't do well. It doesn't do you any good because it makes you look bad, but it also doesn't do the customer any good at all.
Everybody wants the tests out; they want them out, and I used to want to get them out, but I'm realizing that the one headache that I don't have is my test. I have ultimate faith in everything I'm putting out, and I want to keep it that way. If that means I don't have a test for a long time, that's fine. I'm sorry, I don't care. But I want the test to work. That's it.
Well, see, I feel as though that's the only way to go about it, though, too. Because if you release something and it's not right, it makes you look bad like a jackass.
Right.
So you're better off waiting till you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then people are going to be like, okay, well, Charlie didn't just release it and pray that everything worked. You tested it, and you put it through the trials.
Right. I mean, even if the other guys come out with a test and everybody wants it, and my main customers like, dude, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna get it as fast as I can, but I don't know when. So
no,
sorry, I just don't want. I can't imagine dealing with that. If I tell you something is not this and you no, it is. Just I don't have the stress management to deal with that.
Oh, that's funny. Now, how about something like Red Stripe? Because I know I'm not up to date with what RGI's going with, but I know that they had a Red Stripe test, but then there were issues with it or something. Are you doing anything working towards Red Stripe?
Yeah, I'll be sending out Super Red Stripe sheds Tuesday for whole genome sequencing, and somebody like Alan will probably be getting the data and trying to get me those variants, and then I'll work on finding the actual mutation for it. Whether or not there are multiple lines, I don't know yet, but so Cypress, actually, we have a Cypress test. I have a Cypress test right now that it's working, but that's another thing. Like the genes that people aren't sure about is hard. Like I have pretty sure we have fire as well, but it's one of those things where I have to trust that the shed you're sending me is actually fire.
And that someone didn't mix fire and vanilla,
or just it's not, you think it's fire. Everybody thinks their snakes have everything in it. You think your snake's chocolate, but obviously,
yeah. The blind guy thought his snake had chocolate.
So those genes that are very hard to identify are hard to validate because somebody could list on their shed that they sent me, oh yeah, this is a pastel, clown, fire, red stripe, cypress. Is it really fire? So when I'm testing it, if it comes back negative, does that mean my test is wrong, or does that mean your ID is wrong?
True.
So those things are hard. So those are things that I want to make sure that I have working before I release it.
Nice.
But yeah, I think over the next couple of months we'll have a bunch more.
Sweet.
Oh,
now,
Chris as well from BNS. He sent me a crap ton of colubrid sheds, and I should be releasing my colubrid sex test either the end of this week or early next week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get on. I can't believe Chris doesn't. Maybe you can't pop colubrids though. I don't know, but I would have thought you could pop colubrids.
Yeah, you probably can, but just like ball pythons, some people just want
to. Also, they might be like carpets where they're that freaking tiny, and
yeah,
you got to be super gentle with the little suckers.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's my biggest. Like, I pop them. I'm always so like they're just so dainty when they come out. Like, I mean, they're not, but they are. Like, and you're just afraid to like push too much on them.
Yeah.
Jason says, will you do the test to confirm it is or isn't Barnhart Black Pastel?
Yeah, when the time comes and we have all of the black pastels mapped out, then I should be able to tell you if it is Barnhart or not.
And I want to say, what's up, Kevin? Thanks for tuning in, dude. Also want to give a shout out to one of the OG channel members, Ashley and Nikita over there at Pip Stalkers. Thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciate all the love and support, and it's good to see you as always in the chat. We need to get a member live set up, folks. If you are a channel member, I deeply apologize. I know I sound like a broken record. I do need to get my ass in gear, and it's just been overwhelming over here. I'm not like, I feel terrible. Like, it honestly eats me up all the time. I keep telling myself, okay, this week I'm going to put a thing out for member live, and then next thing I know, it's Friday. I'm just like, where the hell did the week go? It's just like totally just flies, man. And then we got Steven and Courtney, Leviathan Snakes. What's up? Thanks for tuning in, guys. This guy, Chris G, Black Snow Reptiles, got to hang out with him over at Carpet Fest yesterday. Good talking to you, bro. Good talking to you. Had a blast out there. And also, I do want to say, if in case Eric and or Owen are watching, thank you very much, guys, for watching or for hosting Carpet Fest. That was awesome. Ashley says, we have a clutch with pastel and Mojave that could be cypress or chocolate in the babies, and man, they do similar things, and I don't want to guess. Well, he can at least test for the chocolate, Ashley. I mean, he can test for the chocolate part. Excuse me, so that would help alleviate that aspect.
Do I have those sheds here? Because I have a lot of your sheds.
Oh, that'd be, yeah, that's true. If you have them there, then it's already a... No, so do you hang on to every shed that people send you? Like, you just got, or how do you do, like...
Yeah, I do, but I purged a bunch, like, that were probably from, like, earlier than January, just because at that point, there's no good way to file them. I can't figure out a really good way to file them. By customer, there's just too many customers. By mutation, okay, what mutation? If it's 5 gene, which one? You know? It's just, there's really no good way. So I've been kind of doing it by date range. So I'll like, all right, the ones that have attested over the last 2 weeks are in this bin. The ones that 2 weeks prior to that are in this one. I bought a bunch of bins, and I told my employee, I said, all right, I labeled these for like 2 week increments to put sheds in. They were decent sized bins. Like after 2 days, they like overflowed. She's like, yeah, we're going to have to do it for like 2-3 day increments. Like, not all 2 weeks worth of sheds do not fit in that bin. I was like, oh, all right. It's just too much. Like but I keep, like, if you sent me a shed over the last couple months, I have, you know, so it's just a matter of finding them in their respective locations.
Oh, okay. So that was one thing it's like, God, it's like, if you were to, like you were saying, if you were to file them by customer even, that's a lot of either bins or filing cabinets, depending on how you go. Like, that's just a lot.
I'd have to have a whole nother room the size of my lab that is just filing cabinets around. or I'd have to go through and just take little pieces and put them in their own little Ziplocs. And like, there's some people that I have multiple hundreds and hundreds of sheds for. What is that going to fit in?
Yeah.
You know, some of these big breeders, you know, I could have 500 sheds from some of them. What am I going to do with that? You know?
Well, the other thing is too, I look at, like, whenever I ship the sheds off, the post office always says, well, you have to send it as a package because the air in the bag. It's like, you know, I push out as much air as I can when I ship them.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just kind of like you never get all that air out, and then that makes what you're storing them in fill up that much quicker because each one's got a little bit more air. Like,
you know, I like these. Kevin from A Exotics send these. This is Southern Star Reptiles. They use these. Chimera uses these. A lot of people use these. They're small. You know, you just throw your label on it and that's it. But some people put them in the giant Ziplocs like this big. Like, you know, it's tough. But yeah, I mean,
is that what Nathan does? Does he send you like a trash bag full of?
No, Nathan uses these too. Nathan uses these.
Damn, I can't believe Nathan lets me not use that shit then.
Hip Stalkers uses these. A lot of people do now. And these are great. You know, I wish I could see through them, but the paper is better because it allows it to breathe, because that's the one thing that DNA does not like is moisture. And if you throw a shed in here and it's still a little bit wet and you accidentally didn't dry it enough, odds are it's still going to work. If you throw it in a Ziploc and you seal it, that's not good. You know, the paper is the best.
Now, what about this is like those plastic card sleeves? Would that be something that would work?
Like what do you mean? Like baseball cards?
Like basketball cards, like those plastic sleeves. Because you were saying something about with it, being able to see through it. Maybe just fold the end over and put a piece of tape to.
Yeah, those work. Those are also like coin things too. You could use them like that. Those see-through coin ones, but honestly, like we looked it up in Dallas. I forget how much these cost. You could buy a zillion of these for like nothing.
Oh, okay.
And those, like I said, those are good. Those work the best, especially when I'm laying things out. You know, they take up less room, and you know, if everybody sent them in that, then I could probably get a decent filing setup. But you know, it's never going to be that way. So it's just hard.
Well, it looks like I need to make a trip out to Staples or whatever the hell's close, Office Max or something to buy a whole bunch of.
Go on Amazon. They're like super cheap.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, Evan, you remember how much they were, but we looked up. They were like, I don't know, like pennies per.
Jason, I'm there with you, man. I was sitting
like these are the perfect size Ziplocs. Like they're not the tiny little dime bag looking ones, and these are good size ones like this. Like I use these for my control samples, so they've been here for a while, so they're nice and dry, so I have no worry about that. But I have like a wall mount bunch of little drawers that I have all the genes on, and you know, I put my negative and positive controls all in them, and these are good because they fit instead of taking up a bunch of space. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind getting like some people send a whole shed. I don't mind it. I'm never going to tell people only send a little bit, because I'd rather you send more than less, and I'd rather pick a clean portion of it. And you know, unless you really, you know, if you're good and do it, that's great. But I don't mind. It's fine. Ziplocs are fine.
Did you want to go over just like a quick crash run through as to how you want people to prep the stuff that maybe haven't done it yet?
Yeah.
About sending shed tests in?
The main thing, if you know you have a shed, a snake that you want to test, label the tub so you know to keep checking on it. Then when it's in blue, yes, you want to keep it damp, but maybe not as damp as normal, unless it's really a problem shedder, but, and then try to check on it a couple times a day and get that shed out as soon as you can. And then unroll it, flatten it out, pull it apart. Don't leave it in a ball. Pull it out and then hang it up. Use a magnet, hang it on the side of your rack, or if you want, lay it on like paper towels or something. Because who was it recently? I forget who said it. Somebody laid out their wet shed on a table, and as it was drying, it got stuck to the table.
I was just gonna say they filled it up and left it on the table.
Yeah. So, so I forget who that was, but I was like, oh yeah, maybe that's why you got to use paper. For ones that I got to test, I have magnets, and I just pin them up on my rack. Let it hang for 2 days. It should be fine by then. Then put in a Ziploc or one of these, and send it off. But main thing is getting it out, unrolling it, and letting it dry.
Now, you can use the first sheds, correct?
Yeah, I do them all the time. The problem is you have to separate them pretty much immediately, and don't keep them as soaking wet as you normally would. Keep them on wet paper towels, but don't drench them. Don't keep them in water. Don't have the bottom full of water, and they don't need to be that wet. They have fine sheds. Keep them damp and moist more than a normal adult, but just not soaking them. And then get them out immediately. Again, if anybody who's seen, they're like jelly.
The first sheds always seem so much thicker.
Yes.
They're like a very thick, heavy shed.
Yes.
I know that's what the two of the ones I'm sending you are going to be first sheds.
Yeah. Just keep them. Just don't keep them as wet as normal. And then once you get them, unroll them. If they're really crumped up, try to spread it out and let them hang. Maybe do it for 3 days instead of 2.
Yeah.
But they've been working. They work less, I would say, a little bit more failure rating on them than not first sheds, but not enough for me to be like, don't send me first sheds. I'd rather try them because odds are, if you do it right, it should work.
Okay. Mm-hmm. See I've heard people have been afraid of sending first sheds. I know I've sent first sheds to you and got results back one way and the other way. So, it just, nothing that kind of has me.
The first shed, that's why you got to separate them immediately. You don't want them laying, because when you have those babies in that humid, tub and they're all balled up together for 10 days or whatever before they shed, I don't know. Are they contaminating each other? Possibly. So you separate them right away and they're on their own thing. As long as I get DNA, the test is going to be accurate. It's either going to be an accurate result or I'm going to tell you I need the next shed because it didn't work. It's never going to change the result of the test, unless they got contaminated by their brothers and sisters.
Now, is that even likely though? I don't
know. I think in that environment, I think it's possible.
Okay.
But not if you separate them. What's up, Banna? What's up, bro?
If there's a clutch I'm going to be testing, I send it. I separate them right away, and then that way when they shed, hang it up, let it dry, and send it off to you.
That's it. Yeah, then it should be good.
Banana Fields, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. RO, what's up? Thanks for tuning in as well.
I met him, Dallas. Good meeting you out there, man.
Nice, dude. Nice. Jason says, gotta feed them enough meals before you get them up anyway. Plenty of time to get the second shed back.
Correct.
It's true, but there's been several that till I get their second shed, they're a ways into meals. It's just holy crap, come on, shed. I've got this TSK Exantic Pastel that 66% het clown just now hitting its second shed. And it was clutch number 4, so it's been out for a while.
I wish more people were like you, Jason. I got people like Kevin trying to suck fluid out of the egg and sending me on day 10.
Really? Come on now, Kevin.
No.
Now that would be cool if you could do something like that, though.
No, you can. I've tested eggshells. Somebody had a weird snake that they cut the clutch, and the head looked clown, but the body wasn't. And so they're like, you know how when you pinch it and you cut the top and there's that little piece. He sent me that, and before the snake even completely crawled out, I had results for him.
So the DNA for what that snake is in the shell itself.
It's in the inside of the shell.
Okay.
All that fluid and the blood vessels all on the bottom of the shell on the inside. Think about it. When you cut it, look at the opposite. Look at underneath of the shell.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's actually that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like I honestly never thought. I mean, I remember Kai doing a video talking about doing the scale clippings.
Yeah, scale clippings work. You got to send me a couple of them, because sometimes I don't know the full science behind it, but sometimes scale clippings are iffy. But if you send me a couple of them, usually it works. But the mouth swabs are good, like for immediate results. Like I do that for my snakes usually. I'll swab, just because I'm testing it that instant. Like I'll have the tests all ready to go and the reagents set up, and I'll go next door and I'll use a toothpick and swab their mouths and then stick it in, and it's good. But when you have to ship them and the time, they degrade pretty fast. It still works sometimes. I had somebody sent me one and it got delayed in the mail. They sent it to me priority, but I tested about 6 days after they swabbed it, and it worked, but it doesn't always. So I don't really recommend doing that. And then what else? Oh, blood. Somebody extracted blood from the egg and sent it to me. I did that. That works.
Oh, wow. Why is it you nick a vein? I mean, yeah. That'd be easy to do. Mm-hmm. Let me run the last channel sponsors here real quick, Charlie. It's going to be 3 sponsors, everybody, so don't go anywhere.
Gettysburg Reptile Expo, LLC is located at the All-Star Event Complex in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It's a 45,000 square foot venue with 125 plus vendors and top quality breeders, along with 270 plus tables. If you're looking for a python, boa, colubrid, gecko, lizard, or amphibian, you've come to the right place. Doesn't matter if you're a breeder looking for that missing piece to your project or a pet owner looking for your next scaly friend, Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC has you covered. Need an incubator or rack system? They have you covered with sea serpents set up there to meet all your needs. The next show dates are July 20th and November 9th of 2024, March 29th of 2025. Show times are from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure to check them out on their website, Instagram, and Facebook. Mark your calendars, because this is one show you don't want to miss. So I'll see you at Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC. Are you ready to take it to the next level? Then check out DTMG Pythons. Danny is best known for his awesome clown ball python projects. This year's focus is Confusion, Hurricane, and Disco Inferno clowns. He also specializes in high-end crested gecko morphs such as Exantic, Lily White, and Exantic Lily Whites, along with the Deadpool line of gargoyle geckos. Check out his morph market and Instagram, DTMG Pythons. Just buy it. Lucas Landon Royals produces some truly high caliber snakes. Kai has been breeding ball pythons for 6 seasons and counting. He's working toward multi-recessive combos such as DG Clown, Hypo Clown Pied, Sunset Candy Pied, and DG Exantic Pied. He's working with several other species of snakes, but next year he's going to start breeding Boa Imperators And he also has a small group of super dwarf retics. So be on the lookout for some super dwarf cow retics. Become a royal at Lucas Landon Royals.
Thank you again to all the channel sponsors. Greatly appreciate all your love and support. Ashley asks, so could it possibly work to swab the inside of the eggshell, or is it better just to send the eggshell?
Like once it slows down a little bit, I'm going to be trying a bunch of different things. And yeah, Kevin said that spurs work too. They RGI did a video on that. I forget his name. Another doctor. He pulled a spur off. Like they just come right out and they regrow them. So, and the spur worked, extracting DNA. I haven't tried one yet, but I'll probably.
That just sounds like that would be painful to yank a spur out.
No, they don't even. It's pretty much like some people do it accidentally. Sometimes they'll just come out. It just it's nothing. But I did fluid out of an egg of mine that I cut, and that worked. You know, I put it on like a tub liner type paper and let it dry, and then I tested that. That worked. But yeah, you could probably swab the inside of the shell and it work, or you just send a little slit that you do when you're cutting an egg.
Dude, that's just baffling. That it shouldn't surprise me. I mean, it makes sense.
I tell you, out of all the different weird ways I've done it, the eggshells and the blood worked perfectly.
Okay.
You know, scale clippings usually work perfectly, but sometimes, you know, you kind of have to adjust the amount of reagents you use on them. But the other ones have been working just like a shed does.
Now, with the eggshells, do you need to have those in a Ziploc bag, or do they need to be bone dry? Like, how does prepping
so
for
the person who just recently sent me one, cut it and threw it right in this and sent it to me.
Oh, okay.
Don't cut it, throw it wet in a Ziploc and zip it up and send it to me. If not, let it dry if you're going to do that. But if you have something like paper, just send it. You could just cut it and throw it in there and send it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's I didn't never would have thunk it. Never would have thunk it, in all honesty. So let's talk a little bit, because we're getting close to that 2-hour mark that I've been trying to be good with. Tell us what you got cooking up over there, just breeding wise. I mean, we've talked about the shed testing stuff, which we could do a whole nother live on that stuff, no doubt. But tell us what you got cooking up this year, like for this coming season, even, or what you have coming out for this year with your breeding stuff.
Yeah, so I did breed a bunch of candy, clown, pied, hypo combination stuff going. The one candy pied het clown I hit died right out of the egg. So that sucked. But I do have a bunch of like triple hats. I have visual pied double hats, visual pied triple hats, hopefully when I test the hypos. And then I also bred so I had 2 clutches. I had 2 female clowns, normal adult clown females, single gene, that's it. And I thought I only bred 1 male to both of them. That's because I'm so messed up. Like the breeding and the snakes, like I don't even know where I'm at with snakes right now. Like I don't even know what I'm doing. But I bred a Wookiee black pastel yellow belly het clown male to these 2 females, and they both hatched eggs eggs laid within like 2 days of each other. So I had all the babies within like 2 days of each other, and only one snake looked like it was the Wookiee black pastel, possibly yellow belly. I got to test that too. And clown, I got a visual, and I wanted a male. Wait, did I test that one? I wanted a male that doesn't have yellow belly because I have some females that have yellow belly and I don't want to do that. But the rest of them just looked weird. And I popped up one out that was like this gray snake with like lines down the back. People were like, that's got to be some type of GHI or something. I'm like, no. I'm like, I only bred this one snake to these two girls. I'm like, these are all from the same, pretty much the same parents. And I had Anthony from Reptile Creations. I got one of the females from him, and I'm like, dude, you got to go back. There's something else in this clown female. I'm like, look at these babies. Like, this is so weird. He's like, I had him going nuts, like pulling all of his records. And next thing you know, I'm like, let me just go through my phone, because I take pictures of every pairing I do. And I'm going through and I see, I'm like, oh, the first lock that I had on both of them was a Bongo GHI Het Clown male. I forgot that I did that because my other male, the Wookiee one, wasn't up to size yet. And then once he got up to size, started breeding, I was like, oh, he must have had 5-6 locks with each of them, and the other one only had one. So out of like 10 or 11 eggs, the Wookiee only got one snake, one baby. But which is fine, because I made Bongo Clown female. I made a Bongo GHI Clown female, which is the craziest looking snake I've ever hatched. It's amazing looking. A bunch of Bongo GHI Het Clowns, GHI Het Clowns, GHI Clowns. So those are cool. I got to figure out which ones of those I'm holding back. I haven't listed any of them for sale yet. I haven't listed any of my pied double, triple heads for sale yet. I just have stuff that everybody's going to get pretty big snakes because I've just been feeding them and not having time to list or take pictures of anything. But yeah, one day I'll properly set up my husbandry pro. I have it. I just got to. My snake turnover has been so crazy recently, just because I'm trying to keep my collection small, and I've been upgrading a lot of stuff over the last few months. So as new higher end snakes come in, I usually am getting rid of other snakes. So it's just been. I don't have my collection really established right now how I want it. I'm getting there, but I have a VPI Het DG boy that's going to a clown Het hypo Het DG girl. He's also going to a leopard pied Het DG girl. So I'm looking to make some like visual double het type things in the VPI DG clown pied realm. So those two are still blocking, and I got an ultrasound to see where they're at. Oh, and then I have a GHI clown female that I'm also breeding that Wookiee black pastel yellow belly Het Clown male to, so I could potentially make a Kraken out of that. Yeah, they just started locking. They have like 2 locks in over the last like month. Last time I checked, like 2 months ago, she was like 10 millimeters. I don't know what she's at now. She's now starting to eat like crazy, so I'm guessing she's building. I think those are the only 3 left that I have. I don't even remember what I hatched right so far this year. But yeah, I think I'm going to start leaning more towards the DG Xanthic stuff. I'm getting a paint Het hypo male this week. So I'll be throwing him to a bunch of girls next year. But yeah, I'm trying to keep it about 40, 50 snakes max, which is tough. Because there's so many snakes I do not want to get rid of, but as higher end snakes come in, I just have to, just because I don't have the time, and I don't want to neglect them and go in there and have shitty sheds or dry water holes and things like that. So I just need to keep it very, very small, which is a good thing, because there's no reason for me to be pumping out tons of snakes. If I have 10 clutches, 12 clutches a year max, that's plenty. That's absolutely plenty.
Well, I know, like this year, like I'm thinking it's going to be at 13 for this year. Clutch 13's in the incubator. The girl I thought was going to go yet, I don't think she's going to go. I just threw the ultrasound on her, and basically it looks like she reabsorbed. Now, whether or not she'll start regrowing the other line of follicles, who knows? I've heard of that happening. But I'm going to say that the 24 season's basically done. It's just a matter of these last two clutches hatching. And that's like right now, like there's clutch 11's hatched out right now. So that's a lot of babies. I mean, that's basically all but 4 full displays. Mm-hmm. So that's, that'll keep me busy selling for a little while. And by the time I'm probably close to being through with those, 25 stuff's probably going to start being laid, and it won't be long behind with that. I'll have 25 babies coming up.
Yeah, I'm guessing these 3 girls that I have that are still blocking right now will probably be either very late 24s or early 25s. And that separation is amazing because I have nothing in the incubator right now. I have a bunch of hatchlings that all have had at least 1, 2, 3 meals. So a few more meals, I'll get them all posted. So it is from somebody who I do a lot of testing for, and I actually tested the paint male yesterday for head hypo. And, we made a deal that if it did come back head hypo, he would send me that male. And, I give him some credit to the store for shed testing. So luckily it tested head hypo yesterday. So
nice.
Yeah, I'll be getting it's a really nice looking visual paint male that is 100% head hypo.
Okay.
But that's the problem. I don't have any. That's the only paint. I wanted to get into paint for a while, and that's kind of how I'm doing it. Like there's a few genes that I really want to get into, and a lot of people want to make trades and stuff, and I'm always open for anything, I just really need it to be something I either really want or something that I'm already working.
Yeah.
And it's got to be worth more than any snake, something that I could get rid of, So paint was one of those that I wanted something. I have no other paints. So I'm thinking I'll probably grab some, yearling hypo females that'll be ready by the time he's ready. Make some visual hypo het paints with some other stuff going on. Because I don't think there are any hypo het paint girls available, or even double hets. I don't know, maybe.
So I've never really looked into paint that much, in all honesty. So I don't even know what's out there on the market for paint.
Yeah, let me see. Hypo het paint. Nope, 0. So, 0. Let's see if there are double hets. There are 2 normal double het hypo paint girls available. From my boy Ebony and Ivory. There we go. Maybe give him a buzz. There we go. But it's a hatchling, born in July, so
you've got 2 years on that one till
so I don't know, but we'll see.
At that point, you'd almost be better off buying or getting something where it's visual hypo.
That's what I'm going to do.
Some other stuff attached to it, and get the visual with
probably even get a hypo clown female or something like that, or whatever. But
dude, we're at that 2-hour mark, man. I appreciate you coming on, Charlie. I appreciate you doing the live test results. It killed me. Absolutely freaking killed me. Knowing you had the results and me just chomping at the bit. It's like, I need to know. And like you were so good at not even giving me any freaking hints too. I tried to weasel a hint out of this man, and he did not budge at all.
Yeah, I noticed the clown. Yeah, I've had it for a few days now, but I noticed the clown results, and I was like, oh, That's pretty cool. I'm like, he hit all of them, and I forget about it. So I had to look right before it started. I was like, oh, let me make a quick spreadsheet up real fast. I'm like, because I don't remember. Yeah, it's always fun doing that.
Dude, no, that made me happy. Now I'm hoping you give me good results on the Het Clown stuff for the Exantic stuff I'm going to be sending you. Especially the one because I'm going to show him off. And he's nothing fancy, everybody. Let me just say that. Nothing super fancy. But you guys know how I've got a soft spot for spider. And this has just kind of been an animal I've been wanting to make that has Het Clown so I can upgrade his dad just so I can justify keeping it as a backup. But I also just have always wanted to keep one of mine that I've produced. But this lovely little guy.
That's crazy.
If I can figure out where the hell he wants to be at here.
Got a TSK Bumblebee?
Yep, TSK Bumblebee, but I think there's fire in there as well.
That is very, very black and white. That is cool, man.
Like, if he's Het Clown.
Man, 10 years ago, that thing would have been a fortune.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's very little dots on him. Like, he's very clean.
Yeah, that is
like.
nice.
So I'm hoping you tell me that he's Het Clown because I want him to stay in the worst way.
Yeah.
Because every other zebra bee I've made, I've sold.
Right.
So I want to upgrade his dad for just to have a good backup that's visual Exantic because his dad's a Bumblebee double head Exantic Clown.
Right.
So if he can prove out to be a Het Clown, I'll be happy. But definitely, I mean, it just, yeah.
How's the wobble?
Well, I mean, I haven't really done a whole lot with him. I mean, he just got done with his second shot. He hasn't even had a first meal yet. But doesn't seem to be doing anything too goofy.
No.
I mean, he's stretched out there towards the camera now.
Yeah.
The shaking's me. I'd say he's fairly solid. I also hit a really like it wasn't the visual, but this thing's wicked looking, dude. Where is it? It's this one. Like it's got some like. I think this is the all gener as far as codoms. But I think this is an Enchi Bumblebee fire. Because, I mean, it's like super freaking reduced, clean, but it's got some paradoxing coming through. Like right here, like you can see like the actual spider color.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just weird ass looking head.
Yeah, even up there on the back, you could see the color coming through.
So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely Enchi in it. I would assume with how everything that this is basically the all gener, except for the fact that it's not the visual Exantic. Well, the video on this clutch will be coming out soon. So you all got a little bit of a teaser. Get back in there, you little shit. But like the next clutch I've got coming out though too is Batman to Red Stripe. And then after that, the last clutch should be an all pied clutch. So it was. Oh
yeah, I have a clown pied head hypo male that's going to a ivory pied girl. Oh, all right. And then I have. I think he also has a clutch from a. What else did he breed to? Oh, that's the one that he went to a pied het candy. So he's the one where I have a bunch of pieds that are het candy, het clown, possible het hypo.
Okay. Dude, you got some killer shit coming now. Like, no denying that, bro. No denying that.
Well, listen, I have a lot of good stuff growing up. I have a lot of things that are that I've gotten over the last 6 months that are pretty nice, that are probably won't be ready for this upcoming season, but maybe the next one or late next season.
Okay. Well, I know hopefully 25 breeding plan is made up thanks to Husbandry Pro. No,
What's the breeding plan? You plan those things out?
Oh my God, yeah, dude, yeah.
Just kidding.
I have to. I'm too like OCD. Like I'm very organized. I've got to be organized. Just like all these tags that I scribbled out the 50% on for the Het Clown, I'm gonna have to go back and reprint all those tags because the black marker squiggles will bother the hell out of me.
Dude, I have probably a dozen tubs with 0 labels on them that I just know what they are when I open it up.
Like I know where everything is, but I've got to. Those tags are just so freaking handy for going through.
Oh no, I just say it every time I go in there. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go print a bunch of labels right now. I'm gonna do it, and I wind up not doing it.
See, I do drag my feet though on ones where I know I'm gonna be sending like the first sheds off, because it's like, why am I gonna go print this stuff off, laminate it, just to find out probably a couple days after I did it what it really is. So I do have stuff holding off just for that fact with the tags. But no, like, I've got some DG Exantic stuff hopefully this year. If I miss out on the Exantic Clown, it's just because the odds gods really freaking hate me. But I think I've gotten myself to where it's foolproof, where it's just bad odds if I don't hit it. But no, there's some really cool shit about the dropout over here.
Nice.
Some of those those gold things that we were talking about earlier. There's some of that, you know. So yeah, cool stuff though. Cool stuff.
Maybe if I get the test, he'll let me get one of those gold things.
Dude, I'm telling you what, man. Everybody should. That's one project that people are definitely missing out on. Not gonna lie. Mission Morphs, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. You're late, but go back, catch the replay. Go back.
I had your hat on earlier today. Thanks for the hat. I met them at Dallas as well.
Oh, sweet. They just said nice meeting you at Dallas. Very nice. That's gonna be it, dude. We're at 2 hours. Greatly appreciate you hopping on here, chilling with me for 2 hours, bro. Really do appreciate your sponsorship. I really appreciate everything you've done for me, man. Like, honestly, don't know how. Like, it's just awesome to be partnered up with you like that. I really appreciate the love and support.
No, of course.
Channel members, don't forget, guys, when you're sending sheds to Charlie, you do get the top tier members. Let me know when you're sending sheds off, or maybe just even let Charlie know you're in that top tier. And if he's got a question to it, he can shoot it over to me. But guys do get a certain percentage off of your shed tests. So top tier channel members, don't forget that. There is a code for that. It does change. I think we were doing it for every month. Oh, the one thing I do want to put in here real quick. I know it's going to put us a little bit touch longer. When does the Husbandry Pro match up with you start? Or can we not maybe we're not allowed to talk about that?
No, it should be starting soon. I think that's on me right now. I have to. There's a few things because they're pulling. Like, I had my web guy create an API for Husbandry Pro so that when I make changes and add new tests, it automatically goes there. And they were confused about something, and I think that was my fault. I have to add a few tests that aren't on. Like, I don't think I even have Spark listed on my as a test, and I could test for it. And that's how I need a full-time web / I don't know, manager person. Because there's just so much stuff that if I showed you my reminders on my iPhone, It's just all red because they're all past due.
Whoops.
I used to be like anal about like, oh my God, there's something that I was supposed to do like yesterday and I didn't do it. Like I got to get that done. Yeah. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I probably have 15 things sitting on my phone that I have not done. And I just keep pushing it out. Kind of like snoozing an alarm.
Yeah.
Like when it pops up, I'm like, all right, we'll do that tonight at 7 p.m. And then I'll see it tomorrow. I'm like, oh, they didn't do that last night.
Whoops.
So yeah.
Oh, I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if that's available in the next few days.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. That's going to be really that. When I heard that whole thing was going on, that made me freaking excited as hell. Yeah, because that's a nice little partnering up there, especially with me using Husbandry Pro so much. Yeah, it was just like yes, like score.
Kevin is 100% correct. Monsoon has been getting snoozed for the last really hard for the last 2 days. Like I was supposed to do so much this weekend on it, and I was promising him that I was going to be running tons of monsoon tests. And like I bought a mini split from my lab 2 weeks ago, and I haven't installed it yet. And it hasn't really needed it because the weather's been perfect. So it hasn't been too hot or too cold in here. It's been like fine. So I'm like, all right, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it. And today was hot. Yesterday was hot here. Today was hot. I was like, I got to get that thing in there. I'm like, I feel bad for my employees. Should be sweating her ass off in here running tests. I'm getting there. My day job was like insane for the last few weeks as well. Like just this week, it's not going to be.
It compounds, dude. It snowballs.
Yeah.
I get it.
I know. But like my main focus all the time is getting the results out. Like that's the first thing, developing tests is second to that. So if I have sheds here that have to get done, everything else, even though, trust me, I want the monsoon test more than anybody. I have probably 200 POS-het monsoon sheds here waiting for that,
wow.
But I can't let you wait for your results because I want to get this test out so that I can make more money.
Yeah.
You already paid for your test. You already sent it in. I'm getting you your results first. That's just, it's a balance. It's hard,
Oh, dude, it's a hard balance for you, especially because, I mean, I'm sure you've got people just dropping hints I don't want to say all the time, but probably pretty frequently about, hey, when's this or how's this going? And
you had it right the first time, all the time. And he's in the chat right there, and I'm wearing his shirt. He's the worst because he knows, like, there'll be days that, like, I'm like, yeah, I'm working my day job like 24/7 today. I'm not going to be home for like more than an hour. And he'll just like text me in the day, like, you run monsoon test today? Like, I'm not home. Like,
see, I can't really say much. I can't, I don't have a whole lot of room to talk because I've done that to you a little bit with the TSK stuff.
Yeah.
But even with somebody like my carpet guys that have animals that like, they're like, oh, I'm waiting just to be able to pick my holdbacks or waiting to see things color up. Like every once in a while, I just, hey, how's that? Where are we at with this as far as figuring out what's available here?
Yeah.
So, you got to do the hints, but you do got to do a tag.
And I don't mind them at all because it does keep like, all right. Yeah. Like, who was it today? Somebody today asked me like, somebody texted me, he's like, how's Orange Dream looking? I'm like, shit, I forgot I even had all that Orange Dream data that I could be messing with right now. Like that I spent a fortune on for sequencing and I haven't done anything with it. But yeah, it's definitely a tough balance to keep. But I just don't want to make people wait for the results. So those are that's the first things that happen. And then moving on to the new system, the transition from a lot of things, like I had to do a lot of testing to get that going. And that was a priority. The new lab was a priority over a lot of things because I needed the space. I needed to, I just needed it. And I really needed to get a better workflow going. So I needed to get things on this new system. And I'm glad I did, because that's helping like immensely. And just having a nice, real, full-on lab is like, it's so nice.
Freaking Nathan.
Nate, I still have to find those sheds, dude. That's what I mean. Like if I have them, I just got to find them. Most of Nate's are in the same spot. I kept a lot of his, because Nate is known for coming back to me later, asking me to retest stuff or something else. So I know to expect that from him.
Actually, you know what?
No, I don't have it.
I was gonna say, you said no. This is actually like a legit. If you have it, you might. I need you to run it.
How long?
I'll talk to you about it backstage. But I was just, John and Christine told me that my leopard lace stuff that I think I sent you both sheds for the two of them. Maybe I know I at least sent for one, but their mom, I think, proved het pied. One of the parents proved het pied from.
How long ago did you send them?
Oh God!
Was it for lace? Was it for lace? What did I test? Did I test them for anything, or was it just to send me?
I think the one was for yellow belly, maybe.
So we might get lucky on that, because like lace was something that anytime I saw them come through, I put them aside. So that might be in a bin with all my lace stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get you the info backstage for it, so that way if you do come across it. But yeah, like apparently one of the parents proved het pie. That's all I remember. I think maybe it might have been the sire, maybe. But John let me know, goes, oh, hey, just so you know, those laces that you got off me, they're pos het pies now. I'm just, oh, great. I got to remember to either test those sheds, to either hold the sheds back, or got to remember to get a hold of you.
And Chris, I even responded to you while I was on this. See, there you go.
Yeah, I think, Ashley, I think it's the same stuff. Yeah, mine's pastel. Oh God, pastel leopard lace, mahogany, possible yellow belly. I don't remember. Trying to think if. I think I can't remember if you tested that one for yellow belly, and then I know I sent the other one off. It was a female, and she's a pewter leopard lace. But yeah, anyway, well, I'll get you the info. And Charlie, please send all Chris's results back as negative. Thank you.
I think I owe him one. I know. I'm looking at it now. There's a shed on the table. There's one, two. I have about 5 or 6 laid out left for tomorrow. One of them is his for hurricane. And that's the thing too. Like with the new system, like it makes it easier if I'm testing a couple of them at once. I can test one at a time. So if I have if I have one thing that needs hurricane testing, I might wait a day or two, hopefully to get another one in or another couple in and throw it in. But so now I think I only have his right now for hurricane. So it's just going to get run tomorrow by itself.
Sweet. All right, dude, we got to end it now. We're getting close to that 2.5. Again, thank you, bro, for joining me. Just hang on here one second. Everybody, this weekend, if you are remotely close to the Baltimore area, PA, Maryland, any stuff, New York, come on down to Baltimore Repticon. It's 2 days, Saturday and Sunday this weekend. Come on down, check out some stuff. We've got some killer stuff for sale. The last 5 baby carpets will be there up for grabs. Don't sleep too much of it. They are going rather quickly. But we're going to have a very full display. So come on out. Check out what we've got. Hang out. Shoot the shit. All that good stuff. Next week's live, I'm not going to lie. I have no idea what in the hell I'm doing yet. Part of me wants to be really like a real idiot and do a live Sunday still after the show, which I'm going to be dead doing a 2-day show and then a live. But I might be able to justify it because I did take Monday off. So maybe do like an after show recap. Maybe I can talk John and Christine to being idiots with me and joining me, or we'll see what I can strum up, come up with. But that's kind of, I hate moving show dates on everybody. One, it screws you guys up. It screws me up. I don't like going and, cutting into other people's time slots because I don't like it when that shit happens to me. I don't like doing it to other people. So Jason says, just wait. What's the worst thing? This is true. I mean, I could fall asleep on you. I mean, that might not be too cool. I do tend to get a little bit amped up and excited, doing this stuff. But this week's video, I also don't know what I'm going to do. I could do a clutch cutting and update. I could also, I was thinking about going back to like the genetic videos, kind of going over certain genes. I'm flip-flopping, so I don't know what this week's video is going to be either. So it's a whole lot of who the hell knows what we have going on. So keep tabs, keep an eye out for Wednesday. We'll see you Sunday. Hopefully, maybe see you Saturday at the show or Sunday at the show. But yeah, that's going to be it, folks. I greatly appreciate seeing you guys all here. Make sure you guys go ahead, check out the channel sponsors. Go over and check out Charlie. I remembered which way to point. I had to really think about that one. Check out Charlie, shedtesting.com. I've always forget I had these banners. Here, use this code, guys, carpet15. Get 15% off of your shed test order. Use it, carpet15. Like that stands out above everybody else's code just because of the carpet python stuff. Carpet15, guys. I do have to say, when you sent me that code, like that made me proud. Like, all right. I'm a ball python guy. I am the carpet guy.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
It's funny, like so many of the gang
to figure out.
What were you saying? Sorry.
You frozen? Yeah, there we
Are
go.
you there? Okay. I didn't mean to talk over you. What were you saying?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
I thought you froze.
But a lot of the people tell me in the group that I'm no longer a ball python breeder. I'm a carpet breeder that pretends to breed ball pythons. So, and I embrace it. Also, guys, use this code Warfels60. I need to add an S there because it initially was Warfel60. Somehow my banner says Warfels60 now, so I don't know if my code got changed. I do need to check that out. So try Warfel60. If nothing pops up, add an S there. I do need to get a hold of Zach and Robert and find out what the actual code is now, if it got changed or not. But anywho, go ahead, check out all the channel sponsors. The link for the channel membership is in the description down below. So check that out. I do want to say a big thank you to Jason Phillip for becoming a new channel member. I greatly appreciate the support. And I also want to thank this man here, one of the OG sponsors, Chris Shelley over at S Reptilia, for a $10 super chat. So thank you very much, guys, for all the love and support. I do greatly appreciate it. But yeah, that's going to be it, folks. I will catch you next week. I will be, well, I guess technically later this week. But anyway, I will be extremely tired. So be nice to me, folks. So if I look and act all out of it, I probably am. But my God, freaking Chris, your code should be Yoo-hoo. I will. Hadley has started to steal my Yoo-hoo, and then I bought a fresh big pack of Yoo-hoo at the store today, and she looked at me. She goes, Daddy, thanks for getting me Yoo-hoo. I was like, no, this is Daddy's Yoo-hoo. Like, you ain't getting no Yoo-hoo, little girl. Like, no Yoo-hoo for you. So, but yeah, anyway, everybody, greatly appreciate all the love and support. I hope you all have a good week. Stay cool. The weather should be beautiful. Looks like it might get a little rainy here, but temperatures look freaking beautiful. I know I'm going to try to pair some snakes this week and see if I can't get a couple more locks to start off the 25 season, because those storms, those temps dropping, man, it smells like love in the air. So that's going to be it, guys. I'll catch you next time. Charlie, thanks again, bro. Hang on 1 second. But I will see you guys next week. Later.